Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all.
Good evening, faculty, parents, alumni, and friends of the class of 2021. On behalf of Lake Stevens High School faculty, staff, and Lake Stevens School District Board of Directors, I would like to welcome you to our Lake Stevens High School class of 2021 commencement exercises. Tonight, we honor 585 young people who have completed their education at Lake Stevens High School and are about to commence on the next stage of their life's journey. These students have exhibited their Viking pride through their work in the classroom, their efforts in the arts, activities, and their athletics, and most importantly, their service to our greater community. Please stand and join me in the welcoming of the class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Graduates, you may keep your caps on. Audience, please remove your hats for our national anthem. Graduates, turn to the audience and give one big wave before we get started. You may be seated. To welcome and open this commencement ceremony, it is my privilege to introduce this year's Associated Student Body. Please welcome Cooper Claremont.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for Lake Stevens High School graduating class of 2021. My name is Cooper Claremont, and I am the student body president. To start us off, I'd like to formally welcome our Lake Stevens School District school board members, our superintendent, Dr. Cook, the Lake Stevens High School staff, our parents, families, and most importantly, the class of 2021. Thank you all for being here tonight. Tonight is all about the class of 2021, and for good reason. Our class has never had a normal high school year. Let's look at it. Sophomore year, our school was in the midst of construction. Junior year was construction and COVID. Same for our senior year. Yet despite all of this, our class has accomplished a lot. We put in a lot of hard work through these 4 years of high school, especially those Sunday nights when the rough draft of an essay is due at 11:59. All the work you athletes put into practices, games, and meets, despite your coach yelling at you to run faster, and all you can think is, why don't you join me? I know I wasn't the only one who thought that. All the hours our band kids put into learning, memorizing, and more recently, recording their songs at home while their little siblings ran around the house screaming in the background. And all the time our theater students put into rehearsing, designing, and preparing for a packed out crowd before the pandemic hit. I know I'm missing some groups, but I only have so much time before Ivelia takes the mic away. So before that happens, I'd like to deliver a message. No matter the challenges we've faced through the high school year, including Ivelia sitting very close to the screen during a webinar, or Pearson not knowing the definition of an inside voice, we finished. We are here because we put in that work, that effort, and kept a relentless spirit. I can't wait to hear what the Lake Stevens High School class of 2021 will accomplish in the future. With that, I'd like to welcome our principal back on stage, Mrs. Ivelia.
Thank you, Cooper. On behalf of Lake Stevens High School faculty, staff, and Lake Stevens School District Board of Directors, I, too, would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of class of 2021. My name is Leslie Ivelia, and I'm the principal of Lake Stevens High School. We are pleased that you have chosen to join us in honoring the class of 2021. Yes, we are thrilled to be here. Just take it in for one moment. It is Lake Stevens High School tradition that we approach this evening with a dignified decorum as a tribute to the graduates. Especially important this year, being that we're able to be here together in person. While you may attend other events here at this complex for different purposes, join me in this tradition this evening by participating in this wonderful and dignified ceremony and honoring the students by continuing to wear our facial coverings throughout the entire event, covering nose and chin, maintaining social distancing with those outside of your family or household, and yes, sitting in the appropriate sectioned areas. Thank you. Joining us this evening are several guests. Please stand as I read your names, and we will collectively recognize this first group with the applause when I've read all of their names. Our superintendent, Dr. Amy Beth Cook. Our school board members, Board President Mary Taylor, Vice President John Berger, Legislative Representative Paul Lund, David Eisminger, and Brian Kessler. Please welcome them with your applause. And while she won't be my boss for much longer, I will take this opportunity for us to give one round of applause, class of 2021, as this is Dr. Cook's last commencement exercise. We are excited to welcome her into retirement. Also here with us are the faculty and staff of Lake Stevens High School, as well as several district staff. Too many to name all of them. These staff members have worked to guide your students through the past 13 years of their education. Staff, thank you for your continued commitment to excellence. Vikings, as a group, this team was committed to your success in every way and deserve all of our thanks and gratitude. As you requested, please turn in honor to applaud them and collectively demonstrate your gratitude. And now, as I promised, Vikings, class of 2021, I turn my attention to all 585 of you. Seniors, now that you're at the end of your career as high school students, you have an opportunity. Now is the time to take on the world, to define and pursue your passions, to determine and leave a new legacy. While this year has been unconventional, each of you have found ways to persevere and excel. As I prepared for my parting words tonight, considering all that has transpired, several words came to mind, such as unprecedented, isolated, new normal, COVID pandemic, essential, quarantine, synchronous, and asynchronous. Yes, many of those I too am extremely tired of hearing. Therefore, I choose tonight, class of 2021, two different words, unsettled and perspective. I'd like to share more. Life these past 17 months, and for you, the class of 2021, has definitely been unsettled. Good or bad, unsettled has applied to all of us. And yes, our outlook is greater than outcome, thus perspective. It's risky to summarize the year for everyone because individual experiences are important, and even similar situations or shared experiences, outcomes, and outlook are unique for each and every individual. If I stand here and summarize things in challenging light, I could take away the perspective of those who have made the most out of difficult situations. And yet, if I glorify any of this, those of you who have experienced loss or extreme challenges, some that are beyond conceivable, I would then risk leaving you feeling like you've been overlooked or dismissed. You, Vikings, are in charge, and you get to summarize your perspective. Take a moment, consider this. However, before I begin, It's important that you stick with me. Listen very carefully. Be sure to hear me to the finish, not just what you'll hear in the beginning of these next words. Today was the absolute worst day ever. And don't try to convince me that there's something good in every day. Because when you take a closer look, this world is a pretty evil place, even if some goodness does shine through once in a while. Satisfaction and happiness don't last. And it's not true that it's all in the mind and heart, because true happiness can be obtained only if surroundings are good. It's not true that good exists. I'm sure that you can agree. The reality creates my attitude. It's all beyond my control. And you'll never in a million years hear me say that today was a good day. Now you must be thinking, I've lost my mind. Why would I ever read something so difficult to hear and on such a celebratory day? Remember, I said perspective. Listen as I read it again, the same words, but this time reversed from the bottom to the top. Today was a good day, and you'll never in a million years hear me say that. It's all beyond my control. My attitude creates the reality. I'm sure that you can agree that it's not true that good exists only if one's surroundings are good. True happiness can be obtained because it's all in the mind and the heart. And it's not true that satisfaction and happiness don't last. Some goodness does shine through once in a while, even if the world is a pretty evil place. Because when you take a closer look, there's something good in every day. And don't try to convince me that the today was the absolute worst day ever. Vikings, outlook can be greater than outcomes. It's about perspective. In September, we were warned this would be a wild ride and that we would be dealing with change, a whole lot of change. And I'm sure you would agree it had its moments. Unsettled. And I'm sure that after 9 months, you would most likely agree this year continued to present many firsts for all of us. My face, I guess, in a big screen. And yet, I must say, we are here today, and the year has concluded with a roaring success. This is in part due to your willingness to adapt, and you were able to get here today as a result of your hard work, grit, perseverance, and Viking relentlessness. Your time here as a senior class, Vikings, at Lake Stevens High School will not be remembered by grades, popularity, athletic success, likes, favorites, Zoom, but instead will be remembered by your relationships, the kind of person you were and the kind of person you'll become. These are legacies, the kind we must remember, and tonight, the kind we will celebrate. Class of 2021, we have laughed together, shared many stories, struggled together, and yes, some of us have even cried together. We've celebrated when things have been great, and when needed, I hope that our restorative approach supported the need to learn. I hope that you felt like you could trust me as one of your leaders, mentors, and ultimately, your principal. Someday, you'll be working in teams, contributing as a member of a team or supervising your own team. And I hope that you will treat those that you will work with or that will work for you with kindness and understanding that we all bring something unique to the table. I hope you understand your work ethic and circumstance are not always those of the ones around you. I hope that you will continue to learn from the people you work with the same exact way I continue to learn from each of you. I hope that someday you will decide to give back to your community, maybe even Lake Stevens High School, with your own time, talent, service, and yes, maybe even your own money. That is up to you. Go forth. You will make the best of all that you do. You, class of 2021, as Cooper shared for a variety of reasons, will always hold a special place in my heart. I'm excited for you to graduate, and yet you will be missed. To begin our recognition portion, the class of 2021 has students who have participated in a variety of activities while at Lake Stevens High School. At graduation, we recognize those students who are considered per GPA as our top 10 students. This year, we had to shift that title to Top Scholar Honor Graduates because we met and exceeded top 10 with a total of 23 graduating seniors who have achieved a perfect cumulative grade point average of 4.0 since their freshman year. This is an impressive feat in this era. And many of those students are involved in many activities beyond the classroom, and needless to say, amongst the many challenges of a pandemic. Will the top 23 students of this class please stand to be recognized? Thank you. This class is also representative of a cadre of young scholars who earned $2,081,346 in awards and scholarship, of which in large part was local money. These students were recognized at Senior Scholarship last week, and as principal of Lake Stevens High School, I extend our collective thanks to this community for your continuous and generous support of our programs and our graduates. Seniors, if you are a recipient of one of these awards, will you please stand and be recognized? And just so you know, that's only the money that was reported. Thank you. Please be seated. I would also like to congratulate the members of the class who have received academic recognition and are wearing honor cords or medals today, as described in our commencement program. Please stand and be recognized for a job well done. This year, 155 honor cord recipients. Please stand. Thank you. And some of our students tonight deserve special recognition for earning both their Lake Stevens High School diploma and their Associates of Arts degree. This year, we have the most kids ever getting their AA degree. Would these students please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. Graduates, a special recognition. Some of your families have attended and graduated from Lake Stevens High School. If this is you, can you please stand up so we can celebrate you and your family's legacy as Vikings? That's pretty epic. Finally, to conclude, I would like to highlight a group of students who have chosen a route greater than themselves. Would the graduates who have chosen to enter the military please stand and be recognized as an appreciation for serving our country? Thank you. Each year, the graduating seniors select their own student speaker. This year, I am more than delighted to introduce a very polite and statured young woman, one who is a fine representative of this class, always with a smile and a positive greeting. Please join me in welcoming the student-selected speaker, Jordan Cagle.
Hello, fellow Vikings. I'm Jordan Cagle, and I'm the student-selected speaker. Welcome to the class of 2021 graduation. As some may know, I've had to write a lot of speeches in my years here at Lake Stevens. I figured I'd make this one a little different from the rest since I've been using the same campaign slogan since the 5th grade. But I hope you guys like the bagels I've been handing out. Yeah. To be honest, most of my past speeches were written the morning of. But going on to this speech, I knew I probably couldn't do that. So I started the night before instead. So here I go. I would like to start off by saying thank you to my classmates, teammates, study partners, and supportive peers for this opportunity. Through the years, we've been able to meet and create connections with many, some starting in kindergarten, while others started maybe even this year. At Lake Stevens, I believe this to be true. We're all in this together. Wise words of thee, Troy Bolton. Although our High School Musical expectations didn't play out exactly how many of us expected, you know, like flash mobs in the hallways, or having a song for every problem, or never being able to marry Zac Efron. Sorry. We did get to experience a lot together, though. I mean, who else can say their school got evacuated from a burrito in the microwave? And for that, I'm glad to say, at the end of it all, we finished together with our heads in the game. On behalf of the student body, I would like to say thank you to our school board, admin, teachers, staff, and families of Lake Stevens. Without your fearless leadership, this graduation wouldn't be able to happen. Our education would not be taught to us, and your impact on us would not be as strong. I would like to say a special thank you to those who have taught us students not what to think, but in fact taught and showed us how to gather information to create our own thoughts. It reminds me of the saying, give a man a fish and he eats for a day, teach a man how to fish and he eats for a lifetime. Those of you who have taught us these skills of problem solving have set us up for a successful future. This sends us on the way with the ability to dissect and form educated opinions for ourselves. And for that, I'm beyond grateful. Class of 2021. Before I go, I want to leave you with one last thing. All these years we've been asked, what are you going to be? Who are you? Going into our futures, you have full control. You get to dictate how you approach your future. We're all going to mess up. But how are you going to react? What are you going to do next to learn and move forward for yourself? I think the best part of our class is our ability to coexist while being so beautifully different. To paraphrase the Breakfast Club, each one of us is a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a criminal. Sincerely yours, class of 2021. Don't forget about us, Lake Stevens. Congratulations, Vikings. We did it. We graduated.
Thank you so much, Jordan. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Lake Stevens High School Wave Vocal Jazz, led by director Monica Tabor and soloist Bella Poole. They will now perform Brand New.
Ready.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen. Laugh and you take me right back. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and don't even think I'm touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you, with you. Brand new, oh, brand new, oh. I feel like a young John Cusack, like making big mistakes. I feel like for the first time in a long time I am not afraid. I feel like I never thought I'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and don't even think I'm touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you, Brand new, oh. Time will always try to make us. Time will always try to make us. You remind me what I used to know. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me. Like I can fly, I don't even think I'm touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new, oh, I feel brand new, oh, when I'm with you, oh, I feel brand new.
Thank you, seniors, and our Lake Stevens Wave Vocal Jazz Team, soloist Bella Poole. Thank you. Every year, the Lake Stevens High School faculty also select a student speaker to represent their graduating class. The faculty's choice this year is a very special young woman who has served the student body well in leadership roles, representing what it means to be a Viking through and through. Her smile is also contagious, her personality is vibrant, and her gifts are many. Please welcome to the stage, Callaway Knutson.
Hi, guys. I would like to think that over the past 12 years of going to school in Lake Stevens, I've gotten to know most of you. But if we haven't met yet, I'm Callaway Knutson. And yes, I am Mr. Knutson's daughter. Hi, Dad. I was voted by the staff to speak tonight, and Jordan Cagle was voted by the students. So basically, I'm just the teacher's pet, and Jordan is the cool one. Last March, I was so burnt out and ready for the 2-week vacation that COVID had offered me. I remember walking out of school that Friday, the happiest I could be, because I really needed a break and my SAT test was canceled. TikTok and Outer Banks got us through the first couple months of quarantine, but we quickly got tired of those and missed our friends. I even started missing school. I know, crazy. Since then, it's been a long year of constant change and never knowing what the next month will hold. I'd like to think that I've learned a lot from this past year and would love to share some of those things with you, and just maybe you'll get something out of it too. But don't worry, it won't take too long. I haven't learned that much. Number 1, ask others for help. Many of us are about to go into a new part of our lives where we don't know much about. Ask people you know about what they did when they graduated high school. Get advice from others. Don't take on the burden yourself. There are so many people that care for you and want to help you. Don't be like me and be stubborn and always insist on doing things by yourself. Asking for help does not make you weak or incapable, and I have to remind myself of this quite often. Number 2, being busy isn't always the best. As high schoolers, we all want to make the most out of our teenage years and have it be just like the movie High School Musical. This past year, I was forced to slow down, and it led me to realize how much time I spent pleasing others and not doing things I truly enjoyed. It felt awkward and unnatural not following the routine I had done my entire life, but it taught me so much about myself and what brings me joy. I have been able to worry less about the expectations others have on me now and work more towards the goals I've created for myself. At the end of the day, we are the ones who are going to have to look at ourselves and either be proud or regretful. Number 3, pick good friends. Many of us have heard this before, but the people we hang out with are the people we become. Pick friends with qualities that you admire and people that you want to be more like. I have had the opportunity to have friends with the same people since middle school. I am still friends with them today because each of them have qualities I desire, and they push me to be better. And I know I would not be who I am today without the great peers and mentors who supported me. Number 4, serve others. There is always someone in need. You can serve others through your time, money, or expertise. And you don't have to go all out. You can do the little things. Don't make service be a burden. Be excited and joyful when you do it. I know when I have served others, I have created some of the most sincere friendships and have had some of the most meaningful experiences. Number 5, create good habits. Lao Tzu said, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. What you occupy your minds, what you spend your time thinking about is what you become. Dwell on and do things that will make you into the person you want to be. During this senior year, I tried not to focus on all the things I was missing, but all the things I could do. I was able to go snow skiing and ocean surfing on the Wednesdays we had off. We got to sleep in every day and had the choice to do school at our friend's house. How could this not be the greatest school year ever? Looking at the school year that way and being thankful we could play sports, have a senior parade, and even have a graduation, it made this year one of my favorite school years ever. Number 6, just because you're young does not mean you're stupid. People might look down on you because you're young, but don't give them a reason to. Show others the way you speak, act, and live that our generation is to be trusted and we have something to give to the world. All of us are capable and can do great things. I'm not saying we know everything, because we sure don't, so let's not act like it. Instead, let's be humble and work hard and show everyone what our generation has to offer. Well, those are some of the basic rules that have worked for me, and I hope you guys were able to get something out of it too. I really encourage you all to take time to think over what this past year has given us and look at what there is to learn. It has been a trying time, but we also have learned so much. Thank you, senior class, for making my high school career so memorable. I'm sad our time together is ending, but even in High School Musical, they all had to graduate. Stay classy, Lake Stevens. Thank you. I don't know where I put my mask.
Thank you, Callie. Dr. Cook, will you please step forward? Before you is the graduating class of 2021. Tonight, 585 students will be awarded a Lake Stevens High School diploma, and of these, 25 of our graduates have also earned an Associates of Arts degree from a local community college. I am pleased to present you the class of 2021.
Good evening. So nice to be here all in person. To the class of 2021, I say congratulations. We're proud to recognize the dedication and the hard work that marks the end of your high school career, but opens a door to a world of possibilities. And to the many families and friends that are here in the audience, and even some who aren't, I say congratulations to you. Certainly, your love and support and encouragement has been a factor in the success of these graduates today. Graduates, please give your families and friends a hand. And to our staff, a few of which are here tonight, and many, many who aren't able to be here, we thank you for your dedication and for teaching these students. It's always such a pleasure each year to hear of the aspirations of our graduates. Here tonight, we have graduates who plan to be physicians, scientists, engineers, teachers, and musicians, just to name a few. We have many students who are pursuing careers in the trades. We have students set to attend universities and community colleges all across the nation. And as Mrs. Ivelia mentioned, we have others who have pledged to serve our country and all of us in the armed forces. I hope that you don't ever underestimate your ability to do whatever you choose. Certainly, this past year has done a lot that is proof of the resiliency that you each have, and yes, your ability to be relentless. As I listen to students talk about their future ambitions, I'm also really heartened because I hear also a compassion for others and for the world when I listen to this generation talk. We should all be so grateful that they not only want to do well for themselves, but they want to make the world a better place for all of us. They're smart, articulate, but also kind and compassionate. I want to share a few powerful sentences from a favorite book of mine that talks about making a difference, and this is for you, graduates. There will always be lots of people who can give you all the reasons why you can't or won't improve the world. It's up to you to remind yourself of all the reasons why you can and will. Optimism and pessimism are both choices. Notice that some of the most interesting and successful people choose to talk about what they are for rather than what they are against. I have been inspired by you all, you and others your age. In the midst of very difficult times, you've made your voices heard and you've spoken out about what you are for. You are working to change the social landscape in a positive way, and for that, I thank you. So as you take this next step in your life, I wish you success, but also the commitment to continue to make a difference in the lives of others. Do well, but also do good. And now, on behalf of the Board of Directors and staff of Lake Stevens School District, it is my great honor and privilege as your superintendent to certify that these students have met all standards and graduation requirements set forth by the Lake Stevens School District and the state of Washington. You are hereby awarded your high school diplomas. I present to you the class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Cook. At this time, we will begin the presentation of diplomas. Our graduation readers this evening are four talented teachers voted on and selected by the class of 2021. Miss Bree Ames, Miss Emily Chilson, Mr. Scott Flanders, and Mr. Joel Kessler. I would like to ask that we all demonstrate the courtesy and respect that each graduating student and his or her family deserves. We ask that your applause for your graduate be brief, but filled with Viking pride in order to hear all the names being read. I will also add that this year's group of seniors has some extraordinary pronunciations, so please be understanding of any errors. We've worked hard to get it right. I would like to invite those who will be assisting in the awarding of diplomas to please step forward and take their places. Graduates, let us begin.
Oliver Frank Bashor.
Jordan Christine Cagle.
Brenda Rose Call.
Cooper Jeffrey Claremont.
Hunter Joseph O'Connor.
Hannah Joanne Gibson.
Ethan Olaf Hoagland.
Madeline Sloan Eisminger.
Callaway Joe Knutson.
Cassidy Amelia McIntyre.
Micah David Close.
Jessica Gail Vanderpool.
Emma Candy Lund.
Nicholas Thornton Lambie.
Spencer Conrad Foslin.
Kaya Abera.
Bella Nicole Poole.
Angelo Reese Aguilera.
Jenny Lizette Acuna Uribe.
Daniel Imiterio Aguilera.
Christian Isaiah Aguero.
Ronald Alexander Alcantara.
Hayden Riley Aker. Olivia Violet Amos. Jose Antonio Jimenez. Ryan Corbin Sandvik.
Shelby Hannah Ames.
Christian Daniel Anderson.
Hunter Nicholas Anderson.
Jasmine Leilani Andrews.
Alejandro Farias Aparicio.
Javier Osala Aranda.
Dylan Ray Arba.
Patrick Russell Arbogast.
Janrik Cortez Armamento.
Ruslan Pavlovich Avdiev.
Laura Isabel Ayala Vargas.
Emmy Catherine Aylesworth.
Carson Riley Babb.
Sydney Josephine Besa.
Mars Rowan Balbarona.
Jocelyn Balderas Arvalo.
Dalton Reed Balmori.
Savannah Blythe Belston.
Jonathan Joseph Bamage.
Anthony Joseph Barbano.
Abby Elise Barney.
Zaira Batista.
Rebecca Ann Balon.
Adeline Grace Becker.
Seth Lauren Becker.
Taylor May Becker.
Adrienne Joe Benintendi.
Kaya Renee Bennett. Megan Renee Bergens.
Jordan Michael Berry.
Lindsay Kathleen Billingsley.
Cole Jeffrey Betts.
Reagan J. Billingsley.
Lucas Bryce Bixby.
Bronwyn Aubrey Melinda Blakely.
Alyssa Grace Bloomquist.
Kimberlyn Renee Bloom.
Colin Robert Nathaniel Blunt.
Kiki and Julie Bodner Ellis.
Jonathan Bonilla Salazar.
Sakura Madison Borders.
Giovanni Bonilla Salazar.
Peter Rank Boma.
Braden Dennis Bowers.
Mason Dimitri Boyer.
Kendall Hope Broughton.
Dante Tama Braley.
Jonathan C. Bravo.
Alicia Marie Brediger.
William John Breen VI.
Ashley Rose Brucois.
Bianca Ann Brightwell.
Emma Catherine Brucois.
Mason Evan Bryant.
Morgan Robert Bryant.
Sam Elliott Bryant.
Tanner Lee Bryant.
Samuel Paul Buckmiller.
North Mason Buckner.
Leah Marie Bullins.
Savin Jackson Bundy.
Hunter Jacob Burdick.
Jordan Schuyler Burke.
Brody Ian Butler.
Noelle Marie Butler.
Kira Heather Call.
Amanda Aaron Campbell.
Nathan Odin Campbell.
Darili Livera Cardenas Luna.
Josue Isaac Cardoza Calderon.
Cheyenne Heaven Carson.
Austin Wesley Carter.
Samuel Henry Cates.
Caden Christian Colley.
Aurora Rose Chafee.
Prerna Devi Chend.
Josie Marie Chapman.
Connor Reed Chappell.
Gabrielle Erin Chitwood.
Yuna Eunice Choi.
Josiah Isaac Christensen.
Mia Elaine Christian.
Emma Pearl Clark.
Sean Alexander Clark.
Sydney Jane Clement.
Aspen Ray Coates.
Madeline Grace Coe.
Kristen Charlotte Coe.
Julia Rebecca Cohen.
Trisha Colin Hurtado.
Kara Elizabeth Connor.
Lane Robert Compton.
Madison Marie Cordell.
Monica Olivia Corona.
Gabrielle Dazan Correa.
Dustin Raymond Cote.
Sienna Joy Cox.
Skylar Brock Crane.
Stella Violet Craver.
Michaela Marie Lynn Kreitz.
Brian Ray Advianto Cuevas.
Aubriella Jane Cummins.
Aiden Joseph Curtis.
Jordan Bailey Cummins.
Caleb Emmett Darrow.
Aiden Michael Davidson.
Isabella Grace Day.
Alex Salvador Daza Hernandez.
McKenna Ray Debruler.
Maya Doreen DeCaro.
Akila Danae Correa DeGrant.
Evan Christopher Denny.
Jake Bradley DeSherla.
Dana Kirsten Devlin.
Kyra Gail Cruz Diaz. Emma Shaylin Dixon.
Cheyenne Estelle Dodge.
Naya Ashley Dixon.
Abigail Marie Delachelle.
Trevor Gary Doty.
Gage Michael Dowdy.
Ethan Patrick Dreyer.
Corey Jacqueline Du Bois.
Justin Gabriel Dreyer.
Brady Joseph Dunn.
Aiden Michael Eberline.
Brennan Nelson Egtvet.
Elizabeth Gail Eichenberger.
Haley Marie Elkins.
Haley Leona May Elledge.
Kainoa Angel Elkins.
Bailey Noel Elliott.
Jackson Charles Emery.
Landon Michael Kenneth Erickson.
Zachariah Cruz Evans.
Traven Blake Fairfax.
Alexis Joe Farson.
Michelle Nicole Fast.
Mariama Saini Fati.
Emily Ann Fenner.
Kelton Ryan Paul Fenrick.
Hope Elizabeth Ferguson.
Jaden Lehenohea Ferreira.
Colby Garrett Fifield.
Michaela Lynn Finnerty.
Shalane Jewel Firth.
Nathan Fleischman.
Aiden Robert Flynn.
Jonah David Folden.
Owen Michael Flynn.
Landon Richard Fullon.
Gunnar William France.
Alyssa Rose Frias.
Kai Leland Frisbee.
Elizabeth Marie Fritzler.
John Paul Fuertes.
Jace D. Gailey. Edwin Luis Garzon Reyes.
Carson Jeffrey Giadroni.
Riker Allen Gibson.
Spencer Paul Gifford.
Logan Michael Glassburn.
Grace Marie Gaume.
Tristan Dennis Goodwin.
Michael Logan Gordon.
Rachel Elizabeth Gorsuch.
Jaden Tanner Grace.
Saul Granados.
Caden Thomas Gray. Kendra Elise Griffin.
Hannah Rose Gritness.
Kirsten Mary Griffin.
Ashley Sky Gallard.
Daniel Nicole Giza.
Lucas Anthony Gunterman.
Isaac Michael Hall.
Kaylee Nicole Hammock.
Jada Faith Olivia Hamilton.
Allison Michael Hanford.
Camden Lawrence Hanks.
Christine Sage Hanrahan.
Courtney Blair Hansen.
Luke William Lyle Hansen.
Sydney Ann Hansen.
Darren John Hardy.
Michael Robert Hardy.
Emily Christine Hardina.
Hannah Lee Hare.
Kendall Lane Harris.
Chloe May Hawkins.
Quincy Asher Hawthorne.
Tyler Edwin Hedgecock.
Avery Elizabeth Henderson.
Khalik Timur Henderson.
Jacob Michael Hendricks.
Liliana Leslie Hernandez.
Jorge Luis Hernandez Clavel.
Lisbeth Hernandez Vielma.
Evelyn Herrera Martinez.
Amanda Lynn Hibbs.
Samuel David Hiltner.
Braden Edward Hogue.
Winston Takamori Hobbs.
McKenna Nadine Hogue.
Anna Delara Hoffman.
Amaya Marie Hogel.
Joshua Daniel Hogue.
Chloe Eleanor Holbrook.
Sarah Autumn Hole.
Rebecca Leanne Holthusen.
Shayna Jane Hood.
Gavin Xavier Horton.
Eric Douglas Hostetter.
Benjamin James Howard.
Jaden Devin Huber.
Cameron Lee Hunter.
Ginny Marie Hurley.
Noah Robert Hyatt.
Harris Ramiz Abishevich.
Kaysen Jarek Pendleton Ignacio.
Reina Isabel Ingemis Mendoza.
Tayden Leslie Faye Ireland.
Carson Brian Jackson.
Tyler Andrew Jackson.
Tanner Stephen Jellison.
Xander S. Jenkins.
Toby Brian Jensen.
Issa Job.
Kendra Jean Johns.
Logan Joseph Johnson.
Dominic Rigel Jones.
Emily Elizabeth Jones.
Joshua Dean Jordan.
Kiara Nicole Jordan.
Tanner Michael Jordan.
Brett William Camrath.
Aaliyah Lynn Cavern Peterson.
McKenna Riley Keller.
Kaylee Nicole Kelly.
Kaylin Sumali Kufasai.
Judah Young Kim.
Dean Joseph Kozovsky.
Catherine Olegovna Kott.
Caden Joseph Kraus.
Olivia Faith Kanash.
Rebecca Marie Kurtenbach.
Elise Janine Kais.
Alyssa Marie LaCourciere.
Peyton Carly Lambert.
Madison Joe Lampinen.
Sean Adam Larez.
Jeremiah Marquise LaSalle.
Tia Elizabeth Lemke.
Matthias Aiden Lewis.
Kelvin Dara Lim.
Gracie Tatiana Lindholm.
Cole Sterling Littman.
Juliana Litovchenko.
Noah Lofton.
Samantha James Long.
Carmen Jade Long.
Cameron Lee Looney Chinoweth.
Alondra Lopez Murillo.
Alexia Jade Lopez Carroll.
Anel Lopez Murillo.
Esmerenciana Disa Lovelace.
B. Lewengrath. Anna Elizabeth Lucas.
Tyler Anthony Lutz.
Campbell Grace Luxmore.
Morgan Gale Lynch.
Emma Joan Mabbitt.
Jordan Christina Mack.
Madison Nicole McWaters.
Shaylin Rose Madalena.
Gabriel Easton Madriaga.
Deja Alyssa Monica McGowan.
Carly Annabelle Main.
Mox Ashton Mahareshwari.
Sarah Therese Maples.
Alyson Dixie Leona Marcacci.
Katie Nicole Mars.
Tori Harmony Grace Martin.
Christian Mata.
Benjamin Christopher Mathis.
Zoe Mato.
Taylor Craig McAllister.
Philip Braden McCall.
Ready? Jenna Allison McCauley.
Got it. Madison Grace McDonald.
Samantha Jade McFadden.
Chloe McGeechee.
Jonas James McGee Idy.
Siriana Ruth McLeod.
Nicholas Darian McNeil.
Alexandria Lay Penlilo Medina.
Jersey Noel Meekum.
Francisco Isabel Medina Perez.
Elijah Dalen James Metcalf.
McKeely Louise Messer.
Austin John Miller.
McKenna Reese Michelson. Max William Manoa.
Michael Caesar Magolan.
Hasiel Esau Monroy.
William Montez.
Ariana Rosemarie Moore.
Joshua James Moores.
Victoria Morales Vences.
Morel Dakil Moores.
Jewel Elizabeth Morgan.
Samaya Grace Morin.
Riley Mark Mujaber.
Elliot James Munoz.
William Eli Neeson.
Brooklyn Jean Merkerson.
Kennedy Christina Nelson.
Mia Masako Nelson.
Avery J. Newman.
Kaylin Hannah Nolan.
Alexandra Lee O'Connor.
Caitlin Marie O'Malley.
Darkise Jackson Olson.
Emma Adele Olson.
Isabella Marie Olson.
Juliana Marcel Updahl.
Mark Anthony Ortiz.
Alex Ortega Polo.
Emma Caitlin Owen.
Lily Francis Owen.
Tanner Alexander Palacios.
Brandon Keikoa Polacol.
Alexander Wen Pamatin.
Trinity Reyes Perales.
Nicaela Belen Perez.
Kevin Jesus Guerrero.
Alex Daniel Perez Melchor.
Shay Michael Kenneth Phoenix.
Nolan James Philpott.
Zachary William Pyle.
Sairi Sabungan Pinkahan.
Kyle Jordan Poe.
Riley Joseph Pilardo.
Ashton Joseph Pauley.
Ruslana Popach.
Delaney June Pauley.
Connor Douglas Prawl.
Alexa Renee Ciridelis.
Ethan Samuel Queen.
Sebastian Francis Radabaugh.
Veronica Mylene Ramirez.
Gabriel Diego Ramsey.
Sarah Emily Rasmussen.
Mackenzie Maynard Rayner.
Colby Jarrett Ream.
Bella Eden Reed.
Charlie Jared Reeks.
Marcus Antonio Reindl Mello.
Mary Lynn Reeser.
Joshua Monroe Reyes.
Kendall Madison Reynolds.
Maylin Abby Reynolds.
Logan Mage Rice.
Delaney Olivia Riddle.
Sophia Lucia Rippo. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Cassandra Jacqueline Rodriguez Cruz.
Trey Lawrence Rowe.
Isaac Lewis Rollins.
Trevor Hayden Rollins.
Joseph Christopher Romero.
Catherine Esther Rosario Kilmer.
Alicia Janessa Rosebrook.
Ellie Jennifer Ross.
Jordan Alexander Ross.
Kaylee Marie Ross. J. Patrick Roten.
Daniel James Rustin.
Shandell Saizmi Sagutsume de la Cruz.
Corey Reese Saylor.
Anastasia Victoria Saltikov.
McKenna Rose Sanders.
Hannah Christine Sanguin.
Christian Angelo Santori.
Gwenora Reagan Saralt.
Connor Joseph Sartori.
Ryan Christopher Soter.
Colby Megan Sales.
Gideon Michael Sayer.
Carson Benjamin Schoenwald.
Faith Christine Schmidt.
Michael Kevin Scholes.
Abigail Anne-Marie Schonrock.
Naomi Hope Schweitzer.
Haley Renee Scott.
Kelsey Renee Scott.
Nico Connor Scott.
Emma Nicole Scrivens. Olivia Cameron Seal.
Josiah Thomas Seckley.
Hannah Vian Searle.
Michael Andrew Shannon.
Xander Wayne Sharara.
Caitlin Taylor Sherman.
Braden Charles Kazu Shinagawa.
Lauren Elizabeth Schultz.
Kiana Isabel Siapico.
Mason James Simpson.
Sierra Rose Simpson.
Liza Michelle Sims.
Rivere Singh.
Austin James Smith. Piper Kaylin Smith.
Tatum Kenzie Smith.
Jordy Ramiro Solorio Valdivinos.
Spencer Hayden Speedle.
Taryn Lee Spencer Wheeler.
Christina Natalie Springer.
Benjamin Patrick Stainbrook.
John Charles Springer.
Luke Steele Stevens.
Joelle Christina Stever.
Ethan James Stewart.
Davin Cole Stinger.
Caden Andrew Stoller.
Deacon Dean Rosser Storm.
Allison Olivia Strable.
Gabriel Strobel.
Isabel Essie Aya Struthers.
Landon Gregory Stoller.
Ethan Matthew Sturgis.
Kaylee Lauren Suchniak.
Shaw Marion Summers. Madison Elizabeth Tabor.
Elizabeth Ann Tanner. Daniel Hahn Telford.
Colby James Templeman.
Anastasia Hope Thomas Springberg.
Samantha K. Thompson.
Jacob Nathaniel Thurman.
Hagen Allen Tidwell.
Jayland Isaiah Tisby.
Tin Tong.
Joanna Itzel Torres Tapia.
Erica May Torian.
Carly Evelyn Try.
Nadia Sapagan Tusi.
Kayla Melody Touré.
Lexi Gianna Turner.
Janelle Elizabeth Lactune Udasco.
Jack Ryan Ulrich.
Pamela Valdez.
Ryan Henry Vanderput.
Madison Sierra Van Landingham.
Daniela Alcantar Verduzco.
Cullen Garner Vitor.
Stuart Villaruel Portillo.
Mary Frances Wadner.
Dylan Cooper Jacob Walden.
Jason Matthew Waldo.
Daniel John Warbus.
Taylor Ione Warbus.
Emera Kelly Ward.
Ryan Philip Washburn.
Jenna Sue Vosser.
Mareda Claire Watkins.
Naomi Rachel Watson.
Sierra Michelle Weaver.
Daniel Jonathan Wegeman.
Adrian Miles Weinberger.
Benjamin Edward Welch.
Hunter Ian Wells.
Wyatt Stave Wentz.
Andrew Tyler Werner.
Ethan Lee West.
Oscar David Westendorf.
Olivia Renee Whitney.
Ashen Devereaux Wilson.
Madeline Ann Wiggins.
Jacob James Wilson.
Alexis Jade Winslow.
Jackson Joseph Weiser.
Nicholas Emmanuel Wisco Holmes.
Clara Rose Witherow.
Dylan Yvonne Wolf.
Gunnar Aiden Wood.
Ian Edward Wright.
Noah Aaron Wright.
Fitzroy McLean Antonio Yalung.
Isaiah Gabriel Young.
Nathan Edwin Young.
Daniel Mukavailich Urash.
Connor Jeffrey Zamora.
Anna Mikhailovna Zeltikin.
And finally, Caden Francis Zurell.
All right, we might have done it once, but I think we need to do it again. A round of applause for our class of 2021 graduates. It's worth a standing ovation, it is. We're not done yet, but let's do it. Graduates, look behind you at all your fans here tonight. Congratulations. All right, let's finish this up. We're almost there. There is only one scholarship announced and presented at graduation, and it's called the Staff Scholarship Award. Some know it as the Jim Talley Memorial, which is nominated and voted each year by Lake Stevens High School staff, and the funding comes from a variety of ways, one of which is our fundraiser at the school. The award itself is designated to distinguish this student, or the student we believe to have met the best ideals of scholarship, which involve meeting the highest academic standards in challenging courses and also taking advantage of the benefits of participation in school clubs, sports, or by otherwise being involved in the school community. This year's recipient has fulfilled all of these attributes. This award comes as a surprise. They have high academic standards, goals, and aspirations. Yes, the selected student happens to be one of our top 23 who holds a 4.0 GPA. With a strong resume filled with multiple AP classes, college and the high school courses, but it's also important to note, as well as a variety of clubs, activities, and participation and honor awards. Students and staff alike are excited to see this young woman push forward in the next steps of life, knowing that every student here tonight has their own story of leadership, academic achievement, and perseverance. This is well articulated by this year's recipient as she shared that throughout high school she learned, this might give it away to her, the power of this simple phrase, how can I help? Learning that servant leadership is powerful and productive. A lesson that will serve her well in her next steps. Please join me in presenting the Lake Stevens High School Staff Scholarship Award recipient to the Northeastern University bound to pursue a career in oncology because of her own life experiences, Madeline Coe. Madeline, please come forward and join me to accept your award. Madeline. Congratulations, Madeline. Okay, as we close tonight, just in a moment, Senior Class President Oliver Bashur will say a few words. He will lead the class in the turning of the tassels and then co-lead with the senior class officers, yes, our seniors' last chant as a Viking, which we had to practice today because it's been some time since we've done it. Parents, friends, and family, I want to thank you again for helping us honor this important turning point in the lives of our students. Following the turning of the tassel, we will close commencement activities with the recessional. As students recess, I ask that you do not come down onto the field. As students recess, they will be meeting their family members. Hopefully, you designated this place before the ceremony, as I asked them. They will have to be outside of the gates at a designated spot. So if you haven't done that, get ready to send that text. Seniors, As this is my last opportunity to address you as a group, I just have a couple things to say, and I promise it's not much. It is such a joy to be celebrating with you on this significant day. I, along with your family, friends, faculty, and staff of Lake Stevens High School and District, congratulate you on reaching this milestone. I'm sure there were moments where the path to your diploma seemed overwhelmingly difficult, although I learned you just finished it at 11:59 p.m. When the effort felt too great, but you endured. Your relentless perseverance has paid off. And finally, I wish you the absolute best in your future endeavors. I hope that you remember to stay mentally and physically healthy and ask for help when you need it. As Jordan and Callaway shared, surround yourself with people that lift you up and encourage you to do good in the world. Stay in touch. We do care about you, and we can't wait to hear about your future success. And remember, Vikings, here in just one moment, you will be known as a graduate of Lake Stevens High School, and you are now forever a Viking. And yes, it wouldn't be a ceremony without saying, it is a great day to be a Viking. Oliver, the class of 2021 is yours. Please join me.
Thank you, Miss Avelia. I'd like my senior class officers up here, please. This year in quarantine, I had a lot of time to think. With graduation looming over our heads, all I could think about was what comes next. I mean, this is arguably the biggest transition time in our lives thus far. Many of us are going to college, going into the military, getting jobs, and generally just advancing into the next chapter of our lives. Our stories are being written right now. So what I encourage you to do is to write the story that you would want to read. What do I mean by that? I mean that there are many ways that our stories are written for us. We are born, and we aren't in control of where we're born, the environment we're born into, or other people. We just don't have control over those parts of our story. The question becomes, now that we're almost out of high school, and we become the authors of both our personal and collective story, what will we write next? So I invite you to look inward, find what it is you care about, and try to cultivate the future you want to see for yourself and for others. The only way we've gotten this far as a species is by working together. Let's continue that trend, because as humans, we really only have each other. Whew. Congratulations, class of 2021. I'd now like to welcome our senior class officers on stage, you already are, to help us with the turning of our tassels and with our last senior chant. We are about to turn our tassels to symbolize transition from student to graduate and to turn the page on a new chapter. At this time, please move your tassel from the right to the left. And now please join me in our last senior chant before we throw our caps. Ready? Yeah.
You guys can stand up real quick.
Bring the energy, please.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3. S-S-S-E-N-I-I-I-O-R S-E-N-I-O-R seniors!
And with that, we will recess. Seniors, we will exit with Miss Grindy and Mr. Alderson. Wait for Miss Grindy and Mr. Alderson. Here we go.
Alyssa Rose Frias and Hagen Allen Tidwell. If you're still here, please come to the front podium. Alyssa Rose Frias and Hagen Allen Tidwell. If you know them, text them and tell them to come to the front podium, please. Thank you. Alyssa Rose Frias.
Thank you, AB.